Medical returns Monday, March 2nd on NBC and Peacock.
Rebuilding gets underway. Storm, sunshine, gridlock, and plenty of opinions.
Love your coverage.
It's really trustworthy.
We watch you every day.
This is our home. We check the facts, we make the second call, and break down what it means for you before you start your day.
You guys give us the best news. You're always there.
Every day, every hour.
We know this place is a lot of work. We also know it's worth it. That's why we keep it local.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy.
Switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
I get all the VIP perks. Don't mind if I do.
For a limited time, get our most value pack plan ever. Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
Stay chillin', just switching.
The NBC4 News at 6 with Colleen Williams and Michael Brownlee. You're watching NBC4 News at 11.
Another night of history made in Milan Cortina. You're looking live from the Olympic Cauldron in Milan, Italy. We'll be checking in with our Lynette Romero there in just a bit. But first, we're tracking a storm on the horizon. So thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Barra.
I'm Jonathan Gonzalez. A new round of emergency alerts are going into effect tomorrow. So right now we want to take you outside to our Mount Wilson camera. Foggy out there for sure. Can't see much right now, but by this time tomorrow night, it's going to look even more different.
Evacuation warnings will go into effect at 9 p.m. for those areas. Neighborhoods near the burn scars stretching back to January of last year. Meteorologist Stephanie Olmo is here. She is tracking the system in her first alert forecast.
And right now, Jonathan and Kathy, this is the scene right now. We're just looking at some clouds as we check out this live picture of downtown Los Angeles, but we're expected to see those changes beginning here on Monday. Tomorrow we have the clouds rolling in, a chance for maybe some drizzle, some light showers, but it's looking like most of the day tomorrow will be dry. Rounds of rain, moderate to heavy. Peak day, the most active day, is looking to be on Monday. This is a chance we'll have some strong thunderstorms, heavy rain, strong thunderstorms. Some of those storms will likely turn severe, so damaging winds. And also another thing to point out, this is a cold system, so there's a lot of cold air with it. We can expect significant mountain snow in the higher elevation. So we do have flood watches issued by the National Weather Service, at least for right now, for much of Ventura County and also for much of LA County. Not yet issued for Orange County and the Inland Empire, but I can expect this to change here as we head into tomorrow as the National Weather Service will update that. Also, we do have a winter storm watch for the area mountains, as once again we're expected to see significant snow with this storm system. So we'll have more on that. We'll time it out for you coming up here shortly. For now, over to you.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. And you can track the rain and the snow 24/7. Just download our free NBCLA app to get customized alerts minutes before it starts raining or snowing in your neighborhood.
Now to the Saturday night sky that had everyone talking, and not about the sunset. A Valentine's Day launch by SpaceX that could be seen up and down the California coast. We're talking about a Falcon 9 rocket carrying a batch of Starlink internet satellites from blasting off from Vandenberg Space Force Base up in Santa Barbara County. This is now the 7th launch from there so far this year. But look at the spectacular sight at the launch here. And many took notice of what happened just moments after. We got this video from Kristen in Santa Monica. And then there's another video, this one coming from Joshua Ship. You can see that expanding plume of exhaust coming off the back of that rocket. And then this view from Jesse Diaz, just amazing. Here's what others were saying today.
Yeah, man, I saw a spaceship flying all over Santa Monica. At first I thought it looked like an airplane, I'm telling you, but then it's like poof, it like separates, and then like there's two different streams, and this thing's going way far beyond the horizon, man, so it's quite romantic.
It truly was quite the sight tonight. The Falcon 9 came back to land on the SpaceX drone ship that is stationed in the Port of Long Beach.
All right, turning back to the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, Team USA now has 17 medals. 3 were added to the count today. 21-year-old Jordan Stoltz broke an Olympic record and took gold in the men's speed skating 500-meter race. And it was a silver and a bronze finish for Jalen Koff and Liz Lemley in women's dual moguls. Another headline tonight away from the competition is from Olympic great Lindsey Vonn. She is set to be released from a hospital in Italy and return to the U.S. after another successful surgery. Vonn broke her leg after crashing 13 seconds into last Sunday's downhill race. Well, figure skater Max Naumoff's first Olympics is now in the books. And for him, these games were about so much more than a medal. The 24-year-old lost both of his parents in a plane crash last year. Our Lynette Romero is in Milan covering the games for us. She spoke to him about his Olympic grief and journey.
One of the lasting images of these Winter Olympics is Max holding that family photo when he was a little boy with his mom and dad. He said about having connection and strength, and now the three of them have been on Olympic ice. You woke up this morning. How are you feeling?
Oh man, this morning was definitely it was strange. You know, I woke up, my roommate Spencer, he's you know, just waking up at the same time as me, and man, we kind of laughed, said a few things, and we're just like, man, I can't believe that just happened.
Having something that you say connects you to them, and the power that it gives you, the strength. Can you talk about why that's so important?
Of course. I mean, you know, I get a chance to feel their presence when I'm on the ice, you know, and it's something that, I mean, they're my biggest motivators from the first time that I started skating. I mean, they're the reason why I pushed myself, and we had a dream collectively as a family to just be the best that we could be, whatever it may look like. And of course, the final, you know, the epitome, right? The top is the Olympics, obviously, and reaching that moment is just bringing it all full circle, you know. And they have been there since day one, and I always want to make sure they're with me throughout all of these days as well. And I keep them so close, so near and dear to my heart, and it gives me so much power and strength. And I love them, and you know, I dedicate all of what I do to them.
The three of you were on Olympic ice.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
Thing. That's
yes,
great.
we were.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Right out of the gate, Max wanted to talk to me about his friend Spencer. We know Spencer how, right? He was born in Burbank. We've been following him. Spencer has been a real support system for Max all of this time, through everything he's been through. Now it's Max's turn to help Spencer get on Olympic ice. Reporting from Milan, I'm Lynette Romero, NBC4.
We are following breaking news where LAPD officers were just involved in a crash after a pursuit, and we're hearing that one of them became trapped inside of one of those patrol cars. This is video from the Citizen app. This is all taking place in Reseda. It started with a chase of a possible DUI suspect. Officers were able to take that suspect, they said, into custody, though it's still unclear how many officers were involved at the time of the crash and their conditions. We will bring you any updates as soon as they come into our newsroom.
And new tonight, outrage is growing over a controversial prison release. The hit-and-run driver who killed a 21-year-old bicyclist from Riverside County back in 2020 is now free.
She was sentenced to 9 years in prison, but she served less than 3. Our Tracy Leong joins us live from Corona, where she spoke to the mother of the man who was killed tonight. Tracy.
Jonathan and Kathy, when Benjamin Montalvo's family found out the driver convicted of killing him was going to be released on Valentine's Day, they were both shocked and upset. But instead of focusing on hate, they turned it into a day of love for Benjamin.
I think that Benjamin and his spirit was such that he would be saying, live your life, Mom, move on, you know, enjoy your life.
What began as a painful day for the friends and family of 21-year-old Benjamin Montalvo turned into a night of remembrance as they came together to hold candles, flowers, and each other in his honor.
We're trying to be here tonight to let love win because that's who Benjamin was. Benjamin was that kind of a person, that kind of a soul.
Benjamin was hit and killed while riding his bike in June of 2020 in Corona. Naomi Vallado was sentenced to 9 years in prison in 2023 after being convicted of vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence and a felony hit and run. During her trial, prosecutors presented evidence that Vallado was speeding and texting at the time of the crash and argued she may have been driving under the influence. The family later learned it was Vallado's 4th hit and run collision. Vallado was released after serving less than 3 years of her sentence. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation released a statement in part. Villado received 124 days of custody credit for time served before entering CDCR. Villado was released to parole supervision on February 14, 2026, after serving her full sentence as defined by law. Going on to say, while we cannot share personal information about Villado, incarcerated individuals earn credit toward their sentence as allowed by law.
My message to Naomi Villado is do better and be better. You're getting out extremely early after serving only a quarter of your 9-year sentence. I would love that you carry Benjamin with you for the rest of your life, that you change, that you do things differently, and acknowledge and accept responsibility for what you've done.
The youngest of 4 boys, Benjamin is remembered as a light in his family, deeply empathetic, outgoing, and kind. His family now working with lawmakers to push for tougher penalties for hit-and-run drivers so that other families see justice served and drivers are held accountable.
We could spare other people they're about to go before the due time. So we wouldn't want that to happen. So we're trying